a cakewalk that we'll just start one day whenever the political leadership gives the signal. We'll start from Delhi and we'll reach Lahore. Nothing of that sort will happen. And to top it all, unfortunately, I would say, we already have senior army officers who are giving statements which actually are similar to what the veterans are saying on television. We recently had the Vice Chief of Army Staff, General Anbu, who retired last week. One day before he retired, he speaks to the media and he says that Indian Army has a capability for limited response. Now nobody asked him, what is this limited response? I mean, I've been doing this for 4 decades. I've been scratching my head. Now what is this limited response he's talking about? Because there's nothing called limited response. Then now, the real reason why I thought I'll share my assessments with the people is, we have the Army Chief himself, General Bipin Rawat. He has told a newspaper referring to the Pakistan Army that when you don't have confidence in the abilities of your conventional forces to deter the adversary, you start using the nuclear bogey. Now this is a serious thing coming from an Army Chief. First of all, I have not heard any Pakistan serving officer, less their chief, talk about nuclear weapons. Nuclear weapons have been spoken of and written off by Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan and some of their ministers. But honestly, they don't matter because they are not the ones who control the nuclear weapons in that country. What matters is, what is the Pakistan Army or the Pakistan military saying? They haven't raised the bogey. Now coming to why I say under these circumstances where we have the veterans, we have the serving leadership, top military leadership talking like this, why do I say that we need to sit back and think about Pakistan Army and their military as a professional force, whether it is or it is not? It's important. Why it is important is that whenever you do an assessment of the enemy, whenever you do a war appreciation, you never run down your enemy. You never underestimate. In fact, what you do is you give more capabilities to the adversary so that your planning is done better for war. And we seem to be doing the reverse of it. To my mind, to be a professional army or a professional military, 3 things are important. Number 1, they should have a clear defined threat, which in their case is very clearly defined India. So no ambiguity on that. The second thing, equally important, they have to maintain consistently, regularly, a balance at both the operational level, which is at the level of nuclear weapons, and at the strategic